Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da-da. Well, welcome to week 12 of the TK Breakdown. You know, I'm going to open the week up with our phone number, 920-328-5682. So now I've actually said it, and you can read it on the screen right here at the bottom.
I don't think they want to talk to us.
I don't think they want to talk to us either.
They're winning. I mean, we're letting them win.
They have perfect opportunity to rub that stuff in. But
okay, well, just run through the breakdown of the readings real quick. Who's first?
All right, standings.
Just first place, second place.
First place is Uncle Randy.
Okay, second place.
Second place is Grandpa Crone.
Congratulations. By the way, congratulations on a really good week this last week, too.
Yeah.
Third place?
Third place, me. Moi.
Congratulations. Fourth place?
You.
Yeah.
And one game behind, in last place, behind you, is Josh Suarez.
So there are the standings.
I'll send those out so you guys can review them and make sure everything's correct.
Okay, so we talked about the winner, which was obviously Bob Silver. And we already know how that's happening. Diane's finally getting all up in his business. So,
or he's getting
older. You got to do what you got to do.
And wisdom is being added.
Yeah, that could be it. He is coming up on what, his 31st, 40th birthday or something.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. He's got a lot of 40th birthdays.
A lot of 40th birthdays.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, biggest winner, obviously, Bob Silver. You did good.
I mean, from third to second place. That's really good. And winning 2 weeks in a row.
Schooling the
big $40 added to his account.
Schooling the grandkid, that's the important thing.
Yeah.
And the number one son. I mean,
hey. Biggest loser.
Go ahead, you can pick a biggest loser.
I think the San Diego Chargers are the biggest loser.
Oh, stealing my thunder.
Stealing your thunder?
Stealing my thunder.
What, you want it to be the biggest loser?
Oh, no. The biggest loser is most definitely Norv Turner. Can we say 4th and 29?
Yeah.
4th and 29. All I can say is the last time I can remember that there was a yardage mark like that was a Green Bay game. San Francisco had mega yards to go to get a touchdown, and they went over the middle and completed the pass. And as a result of that, Ed Donatel, the defensive coordinator, got fired. Okay, all I can say is Baltimore or San Diego Chargers 4th and 29. That's a third of a football field to get a first down, and they let them have it. I mean, they could have won that game, but I was never really nervous about it because Norv coached them down. So,
see, I don't think it's just Norv Turner's fault. Although Norv never takes responsibility for that stuff.
Nope, he never does.
I think he passes the responsibility back onto the players, which is not a good sign of a head coach. And we've all known Norv Turner is not a good head coach for a long time.
That's right.
So I agree with you. San Diego Chargers, biggest loser.
4th and 29. Okay, so we already know that I believe Jim Harbaugh is a big loser as well. But the big loser, Jim Harbaugh, has put his reputation on the line. He made a command-level decision, which I actually admire, that he had the cojones to make this decision. He has decided to start Colin Kaepernick over a healthy Alex Smith. He's taken his number 2 and made him number 1 and sat Alex Smith, who, by the way, is not having a bad year, has a quarterback rating of 103.
What is Colin Kaepernick's quarterback rating
right now? Well, I don't know what it was for this last game. He played a good game, but before that, on one game, was 108.
Oh,
so I mean, Kaepernick's not playing bad. Kaepernick's actually playing pretty damn good. My thing is, how do you take the guy who you just signed a big contract to, Alex Smith, and then bench him on a playoff team? This is a make-or-break decision because Kaepernick could fall flat on his face, and I guarantee Harbaugh's going to take the heat on that one if that happens. Of course, the other end of it is he could be the savior, and he could be actually the thing that pushes him over into the Super Bowl. So
it's amazing.
Gutsy decision.
It's amazing when you talk about this how similar it sounds to Pete Carroll making the decision with going Russell Wilson over
Matt Flynn.
Yeah,
and they're in playoff contention. So I mean,
nobody clinched playoffs as of yet. So you're right.
Big decision.
Big decision. It is a
Big decision. You know, nothing will make me happier than to see him fall on his face on this thing. But I do have to admire him. It was a gutsy call. Okay. We did have a breakthrough this week. Huge breakthrough. Mason Crosby took the field the first time to kick a field goal and missed it. But
I watched that. That was
he
ridiculous.
did take the field again. And I happen to believe that I found the key to his success. Because I actually tried it when he took the field again. It is labels out, people. Whatever you're drinking, get your drink on first. And when he takes the field, Bushmills, Southern Comfort, Alaskan Amber, labels out, man. Because I did it. He made that one.
I'd like to point out we got paid for that. Alaskan Amber, Bushmill, Southern Comfort, they all owe us money now.
Yep, mega bucks.
So,
okay.
all right.
That's
All right,
really,
moving on to Week 13 football.
Week 13, yeah.
This is
huge week.
A huge week. 16 games, no buys. As I pointed out earlier, nobody has clinched a playoff berth. So, Houston, as surprising as it sounds, has a chance of not making it to the playoffs. The 49ers have a chance of not making it to the playoffs.
Even more so now that they're starting Kaepernick.
And I think that is what makes these last 6 weeks of football so great, especially for pick'ems, because there can be such huge swings in winning and losing because there's 16 games.
Yeah, and there are those teams like the Chargers that are really playing for credibility, any kind of credibility at all. I mean, they kind of have something they need to prove a little bit. And teams like Dallas and teams like the Jets. There's a lot of teams out there that are supposed to have been good teams that just fell flat on their faces this year. And there could be some upsets.
Oh, I was going to point out the New Orleans Saints Atlanta Falcons game. Huge. It's a huge game. With the New Orleans, this is a must-win for New Orleans.
Yeah, they got to win. They pretty much got to
win.
win.
And if they
out.
win, they can. I mean, it can really knock Atlanta in a free-for-all, I think.
Could.
Especially at home.
Well,
if New Orleans beats Atlanta at home, that's a big thing. There's the Steelers-Ravens game.
That's another big game.
Which,
The
surprisingly, the Ravens have not clinched it. And if the Steelers win, right now they have a wild card berth.
Yep.
But they can put the Ravens into a free fall. There's just
maybe
so many
John
games
should
this
start.
week
John Harbaugh should start his second stringer. That might push him over.
Oh, you think so?
Well, I don't know. Pittsburgh's starting their second stringer, Charlie Batch, who, by the way, had 8 turnovers.
Does Green Bay have a second stringer kicker?
Well, I think I could do a better job. They could sign me.
So yeah, I think this is going to be a big week of football.
What's your upset?
My upset, I want to go with New Orleans over the Falcons just because I feel like, it's all about feelings, as I've stated in the past. It's just New Orleans, they have to win this. It is that important. And the last time New Orleans played the Falcons, it was a must-win situation. It was easier to pick New Orleans last time because New Orleans was playing at home. But with the Falcons playing at home, they play pretty stinking good at home. It's just... The Falcons are only 3-point favorites, though. So I'm going to have to go with New Orleans to beat the Falcons.
New Orleans
only beat the Falcons 31-27 last time, too. So
yeah.
But I could easily go with the Steelers beating the Ravens, even though...
I don't think that's going to happen, not unless Roethlisberger plays.
Yeah.
If Charlie Batch plays, I don't think they have a prayer. Wow, there's a lot of really decent games. I just want to say, I think there's really only one team out there that's been playing what I feel is Super Bowl caliber football.
Which team is that?
I think it's the Denver Broncos.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
I think offensively they're really starting to click, and defensively they're really starting to click. I think they're really a good team. Peyton Manning just brought that offense up.
So you think Denver could beat the New England Patriots?
Yes. I absolutely think Denver could beat the New England Patriots.
Because, the New England Patriots look pretty good.
Well, here's the thing. The Patriots had, last week, they were 28th overall in defense. Now, put Peyton Manning up against a defense that's ranked 28th, he'll pick them apart. And Peyton's offense is ranked number 2 against Brady, who was number 1, but still, I think that definitely, I think the Broncos can beat the Patriots.
Not that the Patriots are playing Denver this week.
If it would have come down into playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think there's only one team playing playoff caliber football, and it's the Denver Broncos.
The Denver Broncos. Huh. Yep. Interesting. Speaking of playoff caliber football, the Green Bay Packers were just terrible. Terrible. I think if they have a hope of even making it to the Super Bowl, these next 3 weeks, they have to win these next 3 weeks. And I hope their terrible performance Sunday kicks them in the ass to be responsible and play excellent football. Because that
got a lot
was
of guys
just a terrible performance. In fact, Chris Collinsworth said, it doesn't happen often, but this is one of those films that you just want to go burn. That's how poorly the Green Bay Packers played.
Mike McCarthy said in his press conference that he cannot remember feeling as bad. He's only felt this bad on one other occasion, and that's the very first game that he
first game of the year.
Coached.
Coached.
Very first game as a Green Bay Packer head coach.
It's admirable of him to take responsibility for the failures of his team, though. Yeah. I think
it is.
That's the right thing to do if you want to make corrections and move forward and be a winning team.
Gosh, sometimes I wonder if there's not some methodology in coaching a team to lose at a certain point. It kind of snaps their heads around and says, whoa, we got to get our shit together.
I hope they do.
And there's a lot to be said about those young guys getting some playing time. I don't know. My worry is the injuries and the offensive line. The offensive line is just really not. Rodgers is hitting the deck way too often. So
technically, this week is a gimme for them. They're 9-point favorites against the Minnesota Vikings, and they're playing at home. So this is their chance to snap back and be responsible and play responsible football.
Okay.
But, that's all I have to say. Do you have anything else?
I was trying to go with an upset special, but I'm not sure I have one.
Oh! You haven't picked one yet?
No,
Are you taking your bye week?
Wow. All I can say is I feel like
the Panthers-Chiefs. The Chiefs could win. That would be a good upset. The Panthers could win, though, too. In fact, I think the odds are even on that game.
They're not going to win with Brady Quinn there. I think if there's a team that can upset another team, it's going to be the Raiders beating the Browns.
That's not an upset, though. The Raiders are favorites in that game. 1.5
over the Browns?
Over the Browns, yep.
Oh, wow, I never would have guessed that because the Raiders aren't really playing that well.
Come on, man. You got to do your research before you start the TK breakdown. You can't just flip facts off willy-nilly.
Okay, I'm taking my bye.
All right, well, I'm TK2.
I'm TK1.
Out.